So as we can see here, we no longer have the asterisk problem. Professor Regenberg was able to go back into the survey software that they used and recode all of the asterisks as a number. So now instead of having asterisks on the Likert scale, we now have numbers with 1 through 7, with 1 generally being on the low side, so it's generally our strongly disagree, and 7 being on the high side of being strongly agree. He was able to do this with every single question that he had. Some of them we won't be using, but it's good to have this information for creating a unified database that he wants us to make.
Right here, I went in and cleaned all the data sets for us to use. So I took out almost all of the repeats and incomplete answers, and I took out some of the questions that we wouldn't be using, like any free response or stuff about like drugs and alcohol, and also some of the personal data that was left in there.
So for our unified database, he wants us to include all of the data, even if it might have errors or it seems like someone didn't fill out the survey all the way.
Right now, I have all like possible numbers listed for the IDs, 1 through 300, just so that if there's later years where someone has that ID, it would be filled in. But if it ends up no one's using that ID, I'll just take that out at the end.
So it'll end up that we will have 2 different sets of unified data. One set will be unified data that we give back to Professor Regenberg that he can use for the summer and future years when looking at this data. The other set of unified data will be the unified data that we can use, which is the stuff that we had taken out with all the incomplete responses, all the free response, things like that. So we will have 2 different sets, one to give back to him and then one to run our analyses on. And how we're doing the unified data set is we have both student 2014, 2015, 2016, parent 2014, 2015, 2016. They were all assigned identification numbers, and we're all putting them in the rows that correspond to that identification number. So we're having 6 different sets of data all within the same data set.
And right now our current problem is, as you see in 2014, they're all spaced out by ID numbers. In 2015, there's some ID numbers that weren't used. So what we want to do is match up, 2 to 2, 3 to 3, 4 to 4, all the way down. But we don't want to do that manually for every single data set. So we're trying to figure out what shortcut we can use in Excel. And that's just a matter of looking it up and testing it out.